and gentlemen, welcome to the Arcade Tokens Presents Fantom Fiction.
Yeah.
I am Will Ferrell.
I'm Patrick Cloud.
I'm Cleo Thomas.
Cleo Thomas is now a regular.
Yeah, man.
He's here.
Yes.
Slick Living is now on Arcade Tokens Fantom Fiction.
Yeah, man. Very excited to be a part of this, man. Video games have been a big part of my life forever.
Of course.
And when I get a chance to be around other video game nerds and people who know the history and the stories, something special that happens.
And we are happy to have you here too. And you done came in at a great time.
Oh my God.
Yes.
We caught him up with the Smash Bros. Universe. Basically, we got all the way up to Smash Bros. 1. Just to give you guys a quick recap, we started off with Detective Pikachu, then we went into Samus. The third installment was the Mushroom Kingdom, then Legend of Zelda. It's on automated. And then Smash Bros. So, leaving off Smash Bros, the whole team just destroyed Master Hand. Link, we said, delivered the final blow.
Final blow.
And left Master Hand symbolically as nothing but a hand. Because that's how Link does.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That
Yes,
is how
he
Link
does.
does. I don't know if he played Breath of the Wild, but he's out here killing people and leaving nothing but a tooth and a horn.
Wow. Wow.
So he doesn't leave a lot of them. Okay, so we just saw the big finale, Super Smash Bros. Master Hand went down. What do you guys, I just want to hear everybody's individual pitch of what the new movie was, and then let's come to an agreement.
Okay.
What do you think we start the second phase of the Super Smash Bros. Universe off with?
Phase 2. Phase 2, man. Look, listen.
Now, should I just to give everybody context? Here's all the new characters that we'll see. So, and remember, all of the old 64 characters, we can double back and give them either a sequel,
Yes.
or one of the characters who didn't get a movie, we can give them their own movie.
Okay.
Oh, and just to catch y'all up, we are now also taking Melee and Brawl, correct?
Yes.
And we are combining those two in the Phase 2 universe.
Right. There wasn't enough new characters in Melee alone, so
Yes.
we're going to combine Melee and Brawl into the same phase, so that the Smash Bros. At the end will include Melee and Brawl characters.
Yes.
So now we have the addition of Zelda, Young Link, Sheik. We have Roy and Ike, really big. That's the Fire Emblem universe.
Yes.
Mr. Game & Watch, which is surprisingly a really important character.
Yes.
The
now we man of the group.
Ice Climbers, depending
Yes.
on what you want to do with that.
Right.
Absolutely nothing.
Dr. Mario, depending on what you want to do with that.
Okay.
Bowser, really big.
Yes.
Sonic the Hedgehog, huge.
Yes.
Diddy Kong, and Olimar.
Okay.
Pit of Kid Icarus. R.O.B., also a randomly good, important character.
Yes.
And Solid Snake.
Oh, man.
Keep forgetting about this.
Keep right? You just like
A Metal
named
Gear
all these
Solid
characters.
movie
Mm.
is
That ties in
nuts.
to all of this?
That's gonna be the tough part.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the tough part.
Yeah, man.
So,
All right, so what you guys got?
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm still kind of just sitting on the high and riding the high of this Mushroom Kingdom. And then after
Okay.
seeing all of that, and then, like I said, the suggestion I made for the combination moves, I need another Super Mario Brothers movie.
Okay.
I need one. I feel like that's how you just come kicking in the door with Phase 2.
That's
And
how
just-
you follow up a Smash Bros.
Yeah. Like, we give them a little breather, maybe, like the summer, let Star Wars kind of do their thing in the wintertime, and then next year, BAM! Come with Super Mario Brothers, Luigi, Mario, Yoshi. And like we said last time we left off, Peach is with Zelda now.
Yeah,
So we don't know what's happening with that.
we have to figure that out somehow. So in a way, if we had a Super Mario Brothers movie, it has to start off like that.
Yeah.
It has to start off with Peach, who, if you guys don't remember, Link and Donkey Kong had a battle in the forest of Hyrule, and Kirby swooped them both up, leaving Peach there. So now Peach is wandering Hyrule. We assume she finds Zelda, who's magic, and then they can find some type of way. She has to get back to the Mushroom Kingdom.
Well, I have an idea about that. Let's say, for instance, this introduces yet a new character that can help us get there. Diddy Kong. Diddy Kong is going to help Peach get back to the Mushroom Kingdom.
Okay. Why is Diddy Kong there?
Because like you said, Donkey Kong is in that forest, so I would think that Peach would need to go back through where she came, which would be through the forest, and so I would think she would need a guide there to be able to get her through everything, because she'll probably just wind up back in Donkey Kong's cave and might be.
But she's more in Link's world than Donkey Kong's at this point.
Yeah, but we still had that added in there. So I think we should still kind of play to be able to merge those two. Because like you said, if let's say for instance we make another Link movie, we're going to have to really stick to the history. Right. So we got to kind of clear that up in the first one.
Kind of quick
get them back. Yeah, so we can get them back.
Okay. So we kind of have to make crossover without stepping on storyline too much.
Yeah, and then we don't know necessarily what happens to Donkey Kong after the first Smash Bros. Movie. So who's not to say Diddy Kong now rules Donkey Kong Island? Just let that marinate just a little bit.
I'm just trying to figure out how close is Hyrule to wherever Donkey Kong is. You know what I mean? Because I was under the assumption Donkey Kong escaped Mushroom Kingdom to hide. You know what I mean? Not necessarily back to Donkey Kong Island, which was also Hyrule. I always thought he went into Hyrule. So I would almost assume we would see more Hyrule characters on that side because Donkey Kong went outside of his comfort zone. You know what I mean?
So would you say same concept, but maybe using somebody different? Like as you said, maybe Ganondorf could possibly try to help get them there?
Well, I do like the idea of Diddy Kong because she is in the forest. I don't know. If you saw a Peach in the forest and you just saw a merge of Hyrule and Donkey Kong, what character would you think makes sense to come and help Peach? You know what I mean? Because Peach has to get out of there somehow. And we have Diddy Kong, who's new, but could be saved for more of Donkey Kong's world.
Okay.
Or we could have a Hyrule character. It depends on where she's going. You know what I mean? Because if she ended up in Zelda's castle, I wouldn't necessarily want to see Diddy Kong in there.
Well, hold on. Now that I think about it too, now we also kind of have like somewhat of a plot hole now, because what's to say Mario's met Link, so naturally Link would go back home, and Link would see Zelda and Peach there. And so literally she would probably be describing like where she's from, what they're doing, and then he would mention Mario. So I would feel like he would probably try to get in contact with Mario, and Mario would just come directly pick her up.
Right, but I would assume that Zelda and Donkey Kong got caught up while they were fighting, which means they haven't even met Master Hand or fought Kirby yet. So I would assume Peach would start like figuring things out right away. Just like Avengers, I would assume she's handling all that at the same time as the Smash Bros. Fights, so that Link doesn't have to worry about all that. I would want Peach to be returned home by the time Link got back.
Okay, so Super Mario Brothers, she's already back there. So when we say that might be a little bit easier?
Well, we still need to clear that up, and I think Super Mario Bros. I think that is an interesting intro.
Okay.
Peach alone in a forest. She's like, am I in Hyrule? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I think that would be kind of a cool thing, but we would need to figure it out quickly.
Yeah.
But we still haven't seen the Luigi thing, technically, on camera yet. So she could be figuring her thing out while Mario is figuring out the Luigi thing.
Oh, okay, during Super Smash Bros. 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, and then now again, also too, like you said, that was my idea for the movie we should come up with. We still have to ask y'all too, because that may not be the best first in this equation for phase 2. So Cleo, who do you think may need to be the first one from knowing the first phase and with these new characters coming?
Can you repeat to me what was the first phase first?
Okay, it started with Pokemon, Samus,
Got it.
the Mushroom Kingdom, Legend of Zelda, Smash Bros.
Smash Bros.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would like to see a sequel immediately, almost to Link, to Zelda.
Okay.
I would like to go right into that world again. I think we had just seen it. Now we have the aftermath of what happened, because that came right before Smash. Yeah.
Okay.
Zelda came right before Smash, and now we're going into the aftermath of everything that happened, and even like you said, trying to get Peach home.
Right.
I don't know if Sheik is introduced in this time frame.
Yes, she is.
That would be kind of cool to see her
if
be the.
Sheik came out the forest.
Is the one that first introduced herself to.
And now you got a woman helping a woman, a strong woman helping a. I see what you did there.
See what you did.
Women empowerment.
Okay, so now we have Legend of Zelda starting off with a scared ass Peach in the forest and a Sheik coming through, basically taking her back to the castle, revealing herself as Princess Zelda. Mm-hmm. And then somehow that goes off into the next Zelda. Now, which Zelda is this?
Yeah.
Is this Majora's Mask? Is this...
That's hard.
And now another thing too, as you think about that, that could be a very small thing at the beginning of Zelda, and then we can get back into the straight laced story, because it could be in the beginning, like you said, they say that, and then they go, hey, you know what, she explains everything, now we'll assist you to the Mushroom Kingdom, like my guards will take you to the Mushroom Kingdom, and then that could be it of that complex.
Right, I wouldn't want to see Peach the whole movie.
No, I'm talking, like you said, like 5 minutes, they mentioned it, she's been
But here's also the problem. The reason why Zelda is tricky is because it'd be easy if there was one Link that did like, alright, Ocarina of Time, and then like Windward Sword, and then like, Breath of the Wild. But remember, each Link is a different Link.
Well, but you now just set that up though, because again, we don't know what happened to any of them after this, and where we're sitting at. So this new Zelda that we pick up with, again, we're just seeing Zelda and Peach.
Right.
We haven't been introduced to Ocarina of Time Link, or is it a new Link?
No, well that would have to be in the timeline of Ocarina of Time, because that would be the same woods. Remember, if we go forward in the universe, they would have to find a new Link doing just something else. Like, oh, I'm the hero of time? He would have to go through that whole process over again. Unless...
So I would think though, after being time-wise, after being snatched up and disappearing, in their eyes, Link is gone. So it would need a new Link to be able to start to do these new things.
Brawl was the Wii Link, I believe.
Okay.
Brawl was the Twilight Princess Link.
Okay.
And then, but Melee was still technically Ocarina of Time. You can just play as Young Link too.
Okay,
that's what I wanted to get to. So I think that I think we could have Young Link in a sense be introduced, and now Ganondorf is introduced as well. Yes, in this time frame.
You know what? Young Link was the one who wandered off into the woods.
Okay.
So technically, Young Link was the one who was fighting Donkey Kong.
Okay.
In the got you.
So now, so now we are able to stay in the Ocarina of Time timeline, because now we're back in the back 7 years.
Yeah, and I would say for the cinematic universe, I would say we just keep Zelda Ocarina of Time throughout the whole thing. I like that. And then, so now we're kind of going into, like the term movie fiction when it comes to Zelda and his sequels.
Well, I don't know, because we could kill Link.
We could.
Link could die. I know. But I'm talking about cinematics. If we killed Link in the Wii U version, we could always find the Breath of the Wild Link for the ultimate. I'm just talking about for drama.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We kill Mario, nigga. Mario's dead.
Yeah. Unless Dr. Mario is now just a star.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, of all the people to kill, he's the only one that could respawn without magic, because we would just pick up a new Link. But that's for later. I'm not trying to break anybody's hearts just yet. So
would you say too, Patrick, that you agree with Cleo in that maybe Zelda should be the next thing after the first Smash Bros. Movie?
I like the idea of a Zelda movie clearing all of that up. I just don't know what they would do. You know what I mean? If we went back to the Hyrule Kingdom, Majora's Mask took place in like a limbo. You know what I mean? It was almost like a dark game that took place in some weird other town.
Well, this would have to be one of those times now, like how Marvel does. You would need to pull several stories from different Zeldas to make this new.
So unless we went right into Twilight Princess, which would be fire.
Okay.
And I feel like a Twilight Princess. You know what? a Twilight Princess would make sense starting off with Peach being helped by Sheik.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I do like that. I'm trying to entertain both though, because my guess would have been Mario, but now I feel like that's a strong one too. So if it was a Mario movie and Sheik brought them back, I'm going with Cleo. I'm gonna go with Cleo because I don't see how a Mario movie could start without Peach in the Mushroom Kingdom. You know what I mean? Like, to establish the Mario movie, Peach would need to be in the castle chilling and getting kidnapped.
Well, actually, you know what? I do like that now because of the simple fact, and I also agree with you, because now it gives us just that small time that we need to have Peach, like, clearing up the Peach thing with Zelda. But now at the time she's being brought back to the Mushroom Kingdom, that's when Bowser attacks and kidnaps her. So that could be an Easter egg. That could be the end credit of the Zelda movie, which would lead into Super Mario Brothers. But that doesn't have to be the next one. We just know that that's there, so we could go into another movie before even getting into Super Mario Brothers.
So I would go Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. Opening scene, Sheik really quickly helping Peach out, bringing her to Hyrule Kingdom, maybe like a cool little crossover, like, this is my kingdom, like, oh, this is your kingdom,
I see you.
I got
and
4
then,
bedrooms, you have 8.
right. And then maybe the black spots and like all the nightmare stuff in Twilight Princess starts and happening, and then Peach maybe like gets out of here, and then Zelda's like, what the hell's what's about to happen, and then maybe like it starts, you know. So maybe we get Zelda, Peach up out of there, he's returned, and then Twilight Princess just goes straight through.
Yeah.
So what is the post-credit scene that opens up the next movie, or the movie 3 movies from now? Like, what happens at the end of Twilight Princess?
See now. Well, here's my first question. Do we have 1 Easter egg or 2 Easter eggs at the end of these credits for this phase?
I would, you know what I would do? Since Link killed Master Hand, I would have Master Hand moving again as the thing, because something is bringing it back to life. And that something is, drumroll, Taboo.
Yes.
Taboo.
Yes.
The boss of Smash Bros. Brawl, who is a supernatural entity. He's like a glowing Mr. Manhattan looking dude.
Yes.
And he basically resides in subspace and pulls, using subspace bombs, pulls entire locations into his dimensions to absorb their power. So he actually takes control of the Master Hand, which would tie perfectly into Twilight Princess. So we see the Master Hand start to move, and that's the start of the Taboo timeline.
Also, to add to that, though, to pay an ode to Melee. So in Melee, of course, the evil version was Crazy Hand. So now in the end credit, what we could do as an ode to Crazy Hand, we see the Master Hand right there, and he starts to do this.
Starts crinkling his fingers.
So you think it's Crazy Hand, but it's really just him waking up. So that's still us paying that due and respect to Crazy Hand, even though we're jumping to the next villain, which would be Taboo.
Yeah.
Okay, so I like how we're moving. Let's move right along. I think that you're right. Super Mario Bros. Is a strong second movie.
Yeah.
And basically at this point, Peach is back. She's telling, oh, this would be so hard. Maybe she's telling all the Toads about Hyrule. And there was this, this ninja fucking bitch.
She ran through that motherfucking board, kicking shit in and like something like that.
And then obviously here comes Bowser fucking everything up.
Yes.
She starts the whole thing, and I feel like Super Mario Bros. Can be straight up. You know what I mean? Like, we haven't seen Bowser yet. Technically, Bowser is introduced in Smash Bros. So I would like to see a Super Mario World almost. You know how they go to the island?
Yeah.
They're riding Yoshi. I would want to just give. We already kind of like did the whole Jumpman versus Donkey Kong. Now I want to give Mario Bros. Fans exactly what they want. Mario Bros. Yoshi versus Bowser.
You know how they could start off when we see them playing?
What?
Motherfucking Mario Kart.
Oh shit!
They had Mario Stadium driving, so you can see a cameo from Toad.
Yeah.
You can see a cameo from Yoshi. You can see but you now start to see more of the Mario world.
Woo! Mario Kart,
cheer it! Let's go! Let's go!
I like it.
And so wait, does Bowser lose and then kidnap Peach? Like fuck this?
Well, I would.
That would be kind of funny, actually.
That would be kind of funny.
Sword Looter just grabs her off the
but
stage.
then again, we haven't seen Bowser yet, so is that how we, you know what I mean? Maybe he's not in the race, and like somebody wins, and then Bowser just comes and just like, oh
snatches
man.
her up.
I love the fact that it opens up with that though.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah. Oh, because you know what? Hey, you know what it could be? As soon as they win, they're about to hand the mushroom cup. That's when you see the shadow above them, and they look up
and see the boat.
Ruins the whole experience that day, man.
And
Bowser's
they come
laughing.
in, and that's the intro to Bowser. Just imagine Bowser just in the middle of the stadium, and he just while everybody's attacking.
So this is a mix between Mario World and 64. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe we go straight up 64.
I mean, most of their games are the same basic premise. Peach is taken, and now you got to go through all of this stuff to go get her
Yeah,
back.
but now you have just going through the rooms of the castle as opposed to going.
I mean, he could take over the castle.
Huh?
I said because he could take over the castle, and then now this leads us to make it a little bit more condensed to go, okay, instead of sending a group of people to go fight Bowser, we need 2 people that got knowledge of the castle to go in, and that would be Mario and Luigi.
Right.
What if Bowser, when he attacks, he has the bombs from Taboo, so he starts bombing the Mushroom Kingdom, the actual castle, and that opens up time portals to go to these other rooms that are within the castle already.
Oh, so he's using Taboo's technology to make these paintings.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay.
Yes.
I like that idea.
So you could jump into the other world.
And he is one of Taboo's henchmen too,
yeah.
with Ganondorf and Wario.
Yeah.
So technically, Ganondorf in the movie before
Is
could
the one
hint at,
and he's bringing those
having
those
ties
spots
with Taboo.
that you were talking about. Those black spots. That's
I like
another
that.
piece of the
I like
technology.
that.
Yeah.
So I have a pitch. I got a pitch.
What
I
you got
want
for us?
to see what you guys think of this. So what if we sort of followed 64 and he beats Bowser at the end, right? So now Bowser's dead, or not dead, but just defeated. He retreats. We have the Super Mario Bros. They're celebrating in some type of way. But now we have Peach inviting Mario to the Star Festival. So now she's like, man, that was crazy. Thank you so much, Mario. Do you want to go to the Star Festival with me? He's like, oh, okay, for sure, cool. Star Festival, I don't know if you guys remember, that's where Bowser invades on the Starfleet and takes the castle to outer space.
Yeah.
So that's the start of Galaxy. So now I'm thinking, what if Super Mario Bros. Ends with the beginning of Galaxy, and Mario is shot up to that first planet and is introduced to Rosalina, and then that's the end. So now Mario's in outer space, technically where Taboo is. We don't hint at Taboo really, but Bowser basically sets up the new Mario movie by taking the castle and Peach to outer space, and now the ending scene is meeting Rosalina. So now we have Mario, and the whole Mario world is in outer space, and then we follow up the third movie with Earthbound.
Earthbound movie.
Because remember, Earthbound, kid on Earth who's just being invaded by aliens. So it's technically still a space thing. Yeah. But I personally don't think that Ness has the most iconic bad guys. So I think we can maybe change some things.
Yeah.
And I think that we can directly introduce Taboo in Earthbound. So now we have random aliens. We can sort of change that because I don't think the Earthbound fan base would care that much. Yeah. So now we have Mario in outer space,
which sets up for the next Smash Bros. Because technically they're already there now.
Exactly. So now in Earthbound, we can introduce Mr. Game & Watch, who's been captured by Taboo to make this subspace army. And we can introduce the ROB robots maybe one of the ROBs, because all the ROBs are taken over by Taboo, maybe one of them finds Ness. Because Ness, you can kind of see him having like a robot homie. So if now we have Ness just being this crazy crossover space character, and now we have the ROBs saying like, this dude's fucking everything up. Now we have Game & Watch being tortured or whatever's happening to him to make this thing. And now we have Mario out there too, fighting in space. So now Ness is kind of opening up the storyline a little bit.
Okay. And who was Taboo's other henchman outside of Ganondorf and Bowser?
Wario.
Ooh, excuse me. Okay.
I don't really see him doing much though. But if we had the Ganondorf right after Twilight Princess controlling some space army, you know what I mean? Wario has a fucking army too, because you know Mario's out there anyways. And now we have.
So I guess the way we could throw that in there is Wario is you. This is just my pitch. Wario has built the Rainbow Space Station. Remember Rainbow Speedway, and it's like a space station now. That's where the army's being built. Because technically, most of Mario and them, they always have these giant worlds and stuff. So I would take it like most of these cats is rich. So I'm thinking like Wario's hella rich. Okay. So Wario's just using like all his power and influence to make like a space fleet to be able to have him build his army in.
Well, I don't see Wario as a leader though. He's like so like comical. Like I don't see him being like Ganondorf for sure. You know what I mean? Like that. I think that's dope. So Wario just seems kind of weird, and I feel like Earthbound could be swapped out with Star Fox.
That's our space movie. Yeah,
that's who I think I would like to see Star Fox a little bit more, because just like you said, I now feel like this is a little more personal. And then like for Star Fox, it's like how I kind of like describe Star Fox. He's kind of a little bitter too. Like we said, like he kind of like drinks and shit. And it's just like, oh, here we go again. This movie. Just gets in his spider and stuff like that. So like he's still kind of shook by the whole Master Hand thing, and probably still has that feeling like, okay, you know, something's still here. But this also gives us this chance now to learn a little bit more about Taboo too, and learn about subspace and all this other stuff, because that's basically where stuff is going to take place.
Yeah, and Star Fox has more mobility through space, so we can learn more as opposed to Ness just like waiting for something. So I changed my answer. What if we the second one was Star Fox, and then that way, what if we swapped out Wario with Wolf? So now Wolf is this commander. Yeah. So maybe Star Fox's main villain is Wolf, but then we find out that Wolf, much like how in Marvel we find out that, oh, you're a member of S.H.I.E.L.D. You know what I mean? Maybe Wolf, we find out that Wolf is also part of the squad of Ganondorf and who's the third guy? Bowser. Yeah. So now we find out that it was all three of them. That's how Star Fox, because remember Star Fox in the last one was the one that was like, yo, this shit is coming. So now we can have Star Fox fighting Wolf, finding out about all of this, and then being like, yo, Mario, I know you up here too. Maybe.
And you know how Fox can pledge his allegiance to Taboo? Like you see the scene, he walks up and he just throws something at Taboo's feet. It's a tore up Wario hat.
So he kills him?
Wolf beat the, well, we don't know. We don't know what he did. Dang. We just know it's a tore up Wario hat.
Okay. So, I like the hit. So Star Fox the movie happens. Cool. Yeah. And within this movie, instead of Earthbound, we find out about not only Wolf being a henchman of Taboo with Bowser and Ganondorf, but we also find out that Taboo turned Mr. Game & Watch somehow into an army. And not only that, the ROB timeline. He took over the planet of ROB robots, and maybe Star Fox like lands on that planet and just has a moment with ROB.
So I think
ROB just needs.
I think that's where all of that needs to happen, and I think that could be also Wolf's mission is finding Mr. Game & Watch, and Star Fox's mission, of course, is to defeat Wolf.
Okay.
And so, but this is now where we get to see the army get built. We see Taboo.
So maybe Taboo sends Wolf, because remember, Taboo can't leave subspace.
Right.
So maybe he sends Wolf to get Mr. Game & Watch, and Star Fox is trying to get them first.
Yeah.
So now Star Fox is kind of like our key player who knows about everything, who connects all these people.
Right, and then now another thing too. Now we can bring in another cameo from Samus and Captain Falcon because he does interact with them.
Forgot about Samus. Samus
Yeah.
is up here too.
But now also too, depending on what Smash Bros she does this, we can see Samus in the what is it? The
Zero Suit Samus.
The Zero Suit Samus.
Mm-hmm.
Now with that, this can now help us tie in to Metal Gear Solid. Because like Patrick had mentioned, I think that was going to be the most realistic way that we could interact these two worlds without it being disrespectful. Because we know how much people have a niche for Metal Gear Solid,
Right.
And especially since it's never had a movie and people have been clamoring for it to happen for years, it's like we had to be super careful about it. And so we didn't want to be like, oh yeah, Kirby goes and finds Snake and he's like, yo, I need your help. Hop on my star.
Nah.
Like, no.
So how about this? Since Samus and Fox were friends from before Smash Bros, maybe Fox is on Wolf's trail, and when he finds out that Wolf is connected to Bowser and Ganondorf and Taboo, maybe he hits up Samus, who's on Earth.
Yeah.
She's on Earth, Zero Suit, and maybe their interaction is never like fighting together like they're in the first movie. Maybe they're just like intel.
Keeping in touch.
Yeah.
Keeping in touch.
So she's on the comms.
Yeah.
In some type of base.
Yeah.
With Snake somewhere.
Right. That would work. That would work because then they can both all share that feeling like, okay, this isn't over. This isn't done. So like now she can, and then we can see like exactly what she's doing and what he's doing in there and stuff. So now I guess here's the question though: do we want a Metal Gear Solid movie, or would that cameo right then and there be enough?
I don't see how a Metal Gear Solid movie fits. I would feel like to respect Metal Gear Solid, because Metal Gear Solid is really its own thing, and it was added to Smash Bros. You know what I mean? So I would almost want to see Solid Snake added to Smash Bros. You know what I mean?
And
I don't think anybody in Metal Gear Solid is trying to see Link helping Snake in a Metal Gear. You know what I mean? Like the crossover only works with Snake jumping in, but like you put things in Snake's world. I don't know.
So I guess the way I would say for me would be leave him as that cameo at the end of the Star Fox movie with I always want to say F-Zero for some reason. What is her suit?
Zero Suit.
Zero Suit.
Yeah.
Zero Suit. Let them have that cameo and stuff. And so what'll happen is in the Smash Bros movie, oh shit,
It's
appreciated.
Thank you,
Well,
bro.
thank you.
Appreciate it, man.
Of course, bro.
Love, bro.
Y'all over here filming?
Oh yeah, some Phantom fiction.
I see you.
But yeah,
Fire.
appreciate it.
Of course, bro.
Thank you, man.
Alright, my man.
Shout out to the donut break.
Crystal cream.
But yeah,
Nothing better.
and so like in the Smash Bros movie, we just see him in a small scene in a fight scene. Like if he have to fight the army, and there's like little sub missions in there. Him and Samus team up fighting the army and stuff. So you get to see him shine a little bit, but we don't need to see him have a movie.
Maybe they have a Black Widow Hawkeye thing.
Yeah,
They've been together before.
Yeah.
I can see that more.
I
So
like that.
what would be our fourth movie then?
What fourth movie?
Because we already have
Zelda 2.
Zelda 2,
Mario Bros.
and
Oh,
then Star Fox.
Fox, right,
So
yeah.
we need one more before we get to the Smash Bros movie.
You know what? It seems like we need to stay in space because it's so established and we gotta fight Taboo. So I'm almost thinking the same way that they doubled back on Iron Man. Maybe we can just go into Super Mario Galaxy, because if we have Mario fighting Bowser in space, and Bowser is one of the other commanders, we just saw the wolf, we can potentially have Ganondorf also interact, because Galaxy is dope, but it's also Mario versus Bowser, which we saw already. So once they're in space, maybe we can branch out and do different things, and have Ganondorf come in, maybe Wolf, and then maybe that's the big pinnacle of Super Mario Galaxy. Maybe we actually see Taboo for the first time, and then that goes into Smash Brothers Brawl or something.
That now also though too, the way we've set this up though, we put ourselves back on Earth if you think about it.
When?
So with the whole Star Fox and Samus.
Okay.
Because that's what we go back to with them, and we see them as a cameo. So technically we're back on Earth. So what if we did another Pokemon movie?
How does that end in Taboo though?
How does it? So, the way it would have to be is we'd have to have another general that wants to go on Earth. And since we replaced Wolf, I don't see why we couldn't add another one.
What if Taboo is knowing that Mewtwo's being built? Because you look at the beginning of the Pokemon intro, right? Mewtwo is flying at the very beginning of it, and he's surrounded like in a blue light. So what if he sent one of the generals like Ganondorf or Bowser or Wolf down there to go get him, and he's trying to then get Mewtwo in order to copy his powers as well, because he doesn't have him yet. So they would send him there, but who would be the guys to try to stop him?
Yeah, Mewtwo or Mew would be the only way I would see this tying in.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was gonna suggest.
Especially after, I feel like if Star Fox ended with him finding out that Wolf is not only part of these generals, but like finding out who Taboo is. I feel like the next movie would have to be like either we just go into an early Smash Bros, or it's like something that's still building up that, you know what I mean? It's almost like we're almost at that peak.
Yeah.
It's almost like if we got to Thanos and then went back a movie.
Well, what we could do is, let's say for instance that necessarily isn't fully tied into the Smash Bros movie, the full plot, but let's say for instance like we do a Pokemon 2 and this one is with Mew. And so in this Pokemon movie though, like let's say at the end, that's when the battle starts. That's when Taboo's entire plan is now time to go into full effect, because we've seen the bombs, we found out about subspace. Now it's time for him to attack. Now we start, like, let's say for at the end, we start seeing these worlds start lifting up and going into these black holes and stuff. And then now that leads into the Smash Bros movie. And now we could be at any part. We could be at where we see the Pokemon world starting to go up. Then you can go and see like the icebreaker stuff coming in from like Mario's castle. You see all these worlds start coming in through like Mario's castle. Like that would be our view. And we see all of these floating in. And then out of nowhere, that's when we see Taboo pop up. And then he's explaining what's about to happen, what's going on for Smash Bros. 2.
Kind of like what happened with Infinity War. You know, we see Iron Man, we see Doctor Strange on Earth, but Thanos sent his goons down there to go get the space, time stone from Doctor Strange. Yeah, but they all ended up going up to space any damn way.
Well, I forgot to mention somebody, so I want to throw a wrench in everything. Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
So he was actually also just introduced. So because remember, Dr. Robotnik does go to space, and he does have robots, all that stuff. Sonic literally goes everywhere.
Yeah.
So, do we end this phase with the Sonic the Hedgehog movie? Because in the Smash Bros. Lore, Sonic plays a huge part. He's actually the one who shatters Taboo's wings, making him vulnerable for your player to fight him.
And then like with the new movie that is about to release, his rings are teleport rings, so he can send you to different places.
I've seen that. And you know what? He has the Chaos Emeralds.
Yes.
Just like the fucking Infinity Stone.
Yes.
So he can turn into Supersonic and do a whole bunch of shit that can get us to
space.
To Taboo.
Okay, so now here's my question. So this is a wrench I'll throw in. Now Sonic is already made, so if we're going, so just to make it make sense like Marvel, Sonic is technically like X-Men or the first Spider-Man. He's not technically in the Smash Bros MCU yet. I mean not MCU movie universe.
Yes.
So now here's the question. do we remake Sonic or do we bring him in and make his sequel now attached to the universe?
I think since we haven't seen the movie, I mean, we haven't seen Detective Pikachu either, but like, we haven't seen that movie. I think we might as well make it what we make it.
Okay.
Because there's, I mean, at this point, we're just making everything up. But I would say that you're right. I don't think there needs to be any crossovers within the movie. I think it can be a straight up Sonic the Hedgehog movie where he's trying to fight with Dr. Robotnik.
Yeah.
But Taboo brings all these worlds together.
Yeah.
So I think within this movie, maybe we have it so that maybe Dr. Robotnik is a general
as well
instead of Ganondorf.
Maybe he's the one building the
So
army
maybe it's
too.
Wolf, Dr. Robotnik, and Bowser.
Bro!
So because that makes sense.
So now, peep this though. That's the end of Star Fox. So we see the army built. You see Mr. Game and what's his name?
Game & Watch.
Game & Watch being all the power, and you see all of these rows of machines being built, and you hear this laugh, and you turn around, and it's Dr. Robotnik.
So now Sonic is fighting all of these robots. We just think that Robotnik is building them, but it's really Taboo's army.
Yeah.
So now, because every Sonic premise is pretty much the same. He's eating chili dogs and shit, and then all this shit happens, and he's like, "Oh, Dr. Robotnik, here we go again." And he starts killing. What are you up to this time? So now it's like, what is Dr. Robotnik's new scheme? And it's he's working for Taboo. So now we have a straight up Sonic the Hedgehog movie. We find out about Taboo. He defeats the army, finds this stuff out, somehow finds the Chaos Emerald, and breaks into subspace. And that's the first time we see Taboo face to face. Boom. Smash Bros.
Yes. And if you can you just please do the voice again for Sonic and Chili Dogs?
Oh man, let's get some chili dogs.
Well done, Pat. Oh man, bro.
Oh my god, it never gets old.
Jaleel, shout out to Jaleel White, man.
Keep in mind,
he made chili dogs.
That was low key way before I knew that was Urkel.
Crazy, right?
Way before I knew that was Urkel. I actually found that out last year.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to Jaleel White.
White.
And actually, I wouldn't mind him talking to Sonic for our
Yeah.
cinematic universe.
Yeah, anytime.
That would be
Yes.
tight. I hope
We
he
would
still got like
definitely
a
bring him in.
youthful voice still.
Right? I think he do. Like, I heard him on, like, Black Jesus, and he kind of still sounded the same a little bit.
I will pitch out his voice. It'd be fine.
Yeah.
As long as it's
Yeah.
just show.
Yeah, because most people don't know Rocket is Bradley Cooper.
Big facts.
And that seemed like a waste of money. It seemed like if you're going to change his voice that much, you might as well have gotten any good voice actor.
Very
They
true.
wanted the name.
Bradley, yeah, for real.
Attach the name
For
behind
sure,
it.
for sure.
Same thing with Vin Diesel. Like,
For
you
Groot?
get
Oh, yeah.
to say
Because
one
that
word.
was just like, what? That
Right.
didn't even sound like Vin Diesel.
I was
You know,
like,
he's the robot in Iron Giant too.
yes.
I did. That got me.
Vin Diesel?
Vin
Yes.
Diesel's.
Oh, he out here with the
Yeah,
random
with the voice
voice
overs.
work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Random
Okay.
stuff. He's in so much many random things. Okay, so
Alright,
I
so-
agree with Sonic.
Okay.
I
Yes.
agree with Sonic as the fourth film.
So if we're all in agreement, what is this new blockbuster Avengers of Nintendo? We are at the end of Phase 2. What is Smash Brothers? I don't know what this is called. Smash Brothers.
Smash
2,
Bros. Melee Brawl.
Smash Bros. Melee Brawl, Smash Bros. Taboo,
Smash Bros.
Whatever it is.
Subsidiary, subside.
What is it? Does it start straight up Supersonic versus Taboo face off? Do we go back to establish some stuff? I personally think somehow it needs to start with like Ness or something. I don't know why, but I feel like this little space child is important.
I'm
It's
not
been
gonna
in
lie.
every game.
I low-key would like to see all the stages and the worlds coming into the subspace. And while that's happening, though, you see these type of battles. Like, imagine now we take it to the original Smash Bros. Game, the broken city, and you see Ness fighting these people while the city is going into the subspace.
So what if at the end of Sonic, maybe he breaks into subspace, sees Taboo for the first time, and then they have like a conversation, and then before they fight, it's too late. Taboo starts pulling in all the worlds, and then maybe it cuts out. So now Smash Brothers starts with maybe Ness just like chilling, doing a yo-yo or whatever the fuck Ness does, and then all this stuff starts happening, and then maybe Link is where he's at, and all this stuff starts happening. Mario is in space.
Well, you can do a whole bunch of stuff with that, because like again, like some stages don't even have to make it. Like just imagine when they're coming in, some of these worlds kind of collide and stuff. Like the icebreaker people, they kind of land on the little planet, the little stage that Ness is on, because their stuff, they stuff just got the Fire Emblem lands on Link's castle and stuff like that. And so now they're there, and then we just see all of these worlds. It kind of just looks like.
So now that's how we see Fire Emblem, because all these things are together, and now we see these new things like, who are you? Yeah. So now, okay, so that's a great thing, because Fire Emblem got like 20 characters in it. So.
And now we brought them all in. So Ike and Roy. Ike and Roy have now made their debut.
Yeah, but I think we can show all of them. You know what I mean? Maybe Ike and Roy can be like main characters in this one, since the other ones aren't playable yet. But I think this is a good chance to see
the squad
Fire Emblem.
You can see those two will be the ones that talk and interact with the other ones. So we'll see all of them, but those will be the main two we see interact with the rest of the Smash Bros. People.
Now, what I think would be really cool is maybe Mario isn't taken because he's in Mario Galaxy. So maybe the Mushroom Kingdom, all that stuff, all the toads down on land are taken, Luigi, all that stuff, Donkey Kong, but Mario is still in space, and he has to figure out a way to get there, because we got to figure out, like, somebody has to be like moving,
Well, now it takes it back to what the idea that I was gonna have all of those that we like, our main people that we want to see go to Mario's castle, because as you said, it's enchanted now, which means
it's in space now.
Yeah, but now what's in space are those pictures with those worlds. So that's where Mario and Luigi could be hiding now. So it's like, we seen all this shit go down, and it's like, there's a little floating blue dude, Bowser is here, some dude with like a bald head and all these robotics and stuff like that. So they're kind of hiding out in one of the paintings, and then that's how Zelda and them find out where they're at, because they go to the castle, because they feel like that may be the safest place right now.
So how did we say Star Fox ended? He just finds out about Taboo, right?
It was it was the plan. He finds out about the army. So we found out. That's how we found out about the army, subspace, and Dr. Robotnik.
Okay, so technically, Mario, Star Fox are good in terms of him pulling these worlds in, because he's not pulling in people. He's pulling in the Mushroom Kingdom, he's pulling in Hyrule, he's pulling in Fire Emblem. Yeah. So he's pulling in all these people. So now we see Toon Link from Wind Waker. Yeah. Him and fucking Twilight Princess are like, what the fuck? Which is cool, because even though Smash Bros. They're together, we don't ever see in a storyline them interacting with each other and being like, oh shit, different links. So that would be super dope.
Dr. Mario too.
Dr. Mario and Mario.
Yeah.
That's super dope. We get to see, obviously, the Pokemon will be coming with Earthbound. Olimar and the Pikmin.
Yeah.
Pit will be showing up from heaven.
Yep.
Maybe even the ROBs, even though the ROBs were introduced in Star Fox. And now we get to see Zero, Samus, and Snake do stuff together without interrupting the Metal Gear thing. So we could just see their sort of like base or whatever. So now all of these things are in subspace. We got the generals. I think that while all of that is happening, we can have Mario and Star Fox trying to figure out a way to get out there. Maybe, like you said, Star Fox pulls up on the castle and they go through a painting or something like that.
Yeah.
But now we have Sonic and all of these people versus Taboo. And the army. So maybe the army is first. So maybe all of these people get to fight the generals, and they get to fight Dr. Robotnik, Ganondorf, Wolf, whoever we actually land up, Bowser, but like space versions.
So I think this would be the time where we could split folks up. So you got, like you said, you got Taboo. Now we have Taboo, we have the generals, and now we have the army. So I would think army-wise, you would get kind of like your B characters, like maybe Fire Emblem is heading up, fighting them. alongside with maybe like the Ice Crew,
Kid Icarus,
and all of them, and then we have like
all
our main characters that we've seen like from the original Smash Bros. Crew, and then some of the new ones that's a little bit stronger, like Sonic and like.
Well, I would say Super Sonic is going head up with.
Yeah, and we can wait for that
because if Sonic is the one who eventually breaks the wings off, then we can't assume that Taboo is too strong. You know what I mean? Like, just like how you like in Marvel, like if Captain Marvel is this powerful, she can't fight War Machine. Yeah. It wouldn't work.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I would say Super Sonic going head up with him. Mario is maybe with Star Fox heading over there because Bowser's over there. So that's where Mario wanted to be anyway. And Wolf, actually. Yeah. So they're both trying to get their generals. At this point, Sonic's so strong. Maybe Dr. Robotnik is dead.
I think Dr. Robotnik would be with the army. To be honest,
I would like to see a full head up go out, like how Will broke it down. You have Taboo up there battling Super Sonic, but then you have the 4 generals and the army, getting ready to go to battle against our good guys who have now all been, teleported or moved to this battlefield that's going to go down. It's a big brawl. It's going to be right to happen. It's Lord of the Rings style brawl here.
Yeah.
So maybe Super Sonic and Mewtwo. Maybe the Pokemon trainer goes up there with. Oh, maybe Ness. Maybe Ness gets Mewtwo or something. Or Mew. No, Ness and Mew would be dope as hell.
Hell yeah.
So maybe Ness and Mew. Well, Mew's not in Smash Bros. Huh?
In the first one, it's just a tool, an item.
When does he come in?
But he's an item.
Mewtwo is a playable character in the second one, I believe.
In Melee, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, so I guess that makes
Mew
sense.
is just an item.
Yeah.
So Mewtwo,
they could combine. So because like you said, Mewtwo would basically pretty much kind of fight on his own. Like he doesn't need a Pokemon Master.
Right.
But Ness would be there with the other Pokeballs, and there's no telling who we can introduce into that as well. Because you got
they're in
Pichu
space
as well.
Huh?
I mean, but you like even though they're in space, again they're on some kind of ground to fight. Is how we would set it up because we still haven't really laid out. Like we got all these worlds here, but we haven't really laid out where they're sitting, how they're sitting.
Well, what if the armies were fighting on some type of stage and? Because it seems like Taboo, because in the game, he's just floating.
Yeah.
So if Super Sonic was floating, and then you have fucking Ness throw a Pokeball with Mew, and now Mew is fighting, because Ness can float too.
Yeah.
So if Ness was floating, fucking Super Sonic, Mew, maybe Lucas throws Mewtwo, and that'd be kind of Ness and Lucas have Mew and Mewtwo. So it was just like all of them fucking getting down, and then all the sub-characters were fighting, and then maybe we can stick it straight to the video game lore and have Super Sonic shatter the wings, so maybe he goes down to the stage, and now we get to see the actual brawl, and then maybe that's why it's called Smash Bros. Brawl, because that's the final.
And then like the way I would see it though too is this would probably be the longest fight movie in history. Could you imagine, like, since we're starting here, pretty much like with them, the army and all that there, this is pretty much just a whole movie during a fight.
Unless the first part was some type of fight, and then the army, and then maybe like some type of like maybe the main characters lose, or there's some type of retreat, and then they go at it as a group because remember they're just pulled into these worlds, so maybe just like they're disoriented. I mean, if they're in the world, like where do you go from there?
So are we pulling in the world or the stages?
I was thinking the stages.
Okay, so if it's the stages, the way I'm seeing it as, it's like it's a black space with all these little stages inside the black space. So what I'm thinking is, once he sends that there, he would send like different portions of his army to each stage to.
So it's not a head up just right away.
Right. Because basically it's an invasion. Pretty much, because he's brought all these people here. Now he needs his army to invade and bring all of these people in. But now they said like you got people hiding, so you got like Fire Emblem with Icarus and Inkling, and them, and they're like.
But what about Sonic, who's face to face with him?
So Sonic can go face to face with him later in the movie.
But he starts off in his face.
Yeah. But again, we don't know who he's fighting yet because he can still be fighting Dr. Robotnik in that.
But remember, Sonic ends with him going into subspace, and we see Taboo for the first time, and then that's why Taboo starts pulling in all these things. He's like, "You're too late" or something.
Oh, yeah.
So all these things start being pulled in. So it's like, at that point, does Sonic try to fight him? Does he like? Is it futile? Is it, you know what I mean? Is it like, does he not have enough people with him, so he tries to fight him and he gets knocked away? Or like, how do we resolve that without it just being like Sonic talking to him? You know.
My question is, who defeats Taboo? Who do we see beating Taboo? Like, who was the hero of Smash 1? Link,
yeah.
Link was the hero of Smash 1. I think it'd be important to have one of the main original Smash characters be there to also be there to fight Taboo with Sonic.
Yeah.
I just don't know who that is.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm going with Mario.
Okay.
Pulling out the star.
Oh, that makes sense.
Star Mario.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be crazy if in subspace he just he absorbed the star. He's like, okay, I like that.
Yeah.
Because he is Galaxy Mario too, so maybe Rosalina can help him somehow.
Yeah, and then we got still so many other sequel fights. Like we still got Meta Knight and Kirby going at it. You still have Jigglypuff and Pikachu and them fighting too and stuff. And then we also remember them combinations. So I feel like this movie would basically be like, kind of like the by the time this come out, we can give out these spoilers. Kind of like the end of Endgame, but that's like the whole like 2 hours. It's like you'll see an army being fought. You'll see these people that are trying to escape and hide and figure out what's going on. You'll see Mario and Star Fox trying to get to this spot. You'll see Sonic trying to regroup with whoever he lands in with, and then them trying to really be able to finally get at Taboo.
So what if Super Sonic went head up with Taboo because like he wanted to try to stop him before all these worlds got pulled in, but Sonic's world, like Green Hill and all that stuff, was pulled in also. So Tails, Knuckles, Amy, all these people,
Shadow,
all of them were pulled in, and then the army was sent to go kill him. So maybe Super Sonic has to make a decision, and he goes back to his part to help. So maybe that's why that fight doesn't happen.
Okay,
because you're right, like it can't be 2.5 hours of fighting. Like that can't happen. So maybe he goes to his land.
I would say in the beginning part there, let's not have him go full Super Sonic. Let's see him about to do it, and then that's why he pulls it in.
Well, he would have to go supersonic. The reason why he went supersonic and used the Chaos Emeralds, we needed somebody to get to subspace.
Yeah.
Because no one knows how to get to subspace.
Also, he uses that to get to subspace.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I assume that maybe Supersonic would win. I don't know. Because, like, remember, we can't make this guy too strong. Yeah. So maybe Supersonic would win, but he has to make... That's why I tried to give him, like, an ultimatum. Like the whole Spider-Man thing.
Sacrifice
like,
my
about
home
to die.
Or beat guy
or
here.
Beat me. And he's like,
I gotta go
goes
home.
over there. So now we get to see all of these people fighting in their worlds, leading up to a final battle with Taboo, who Sonic finally gets his second chance, knocks his wings off, brings him down, and then maybe there's like some dope scene where Mario like uses somebody else to jump up, grab a star, and then I don't know. When he gets the star, like what happens?
It's just
does he give him a Goku?
Probably hit him with a Goku.
The biggest fireball
he
ever.
just jump up. Here we go! Boom!
Like the through the stomach that Goku used to always do. I was always wondering, like, damn, Goku like going through niggas' stomach.
Right.
I just checked everybody.
I just picture like Mario falling down and then he just on fire, just like
Ooh, that would be the best nod to gamers,
right?
Yeah,
if he just killed Taboo and was like, and we were just like, oh my god, he's still a fucking goof.
Oh, that would be so hard. So yeah, okay, I like that. So okay, now here's my question though, because you know me, I like to kind of get a little dark on things and realistic.
Who dies?
Who's not making it? Because we got world stages colliding. Somebody's not making that.
Okay, so I love that because I think that winged, fully powerful Taboo should have a huge edge on the one that comes down to, you know what I mean? So like, if we had winged Taboo, maybe square it up with Supersonic, Ness, Mewtwo, whoever, I think it might be kind of cool if like maybe if he was serving all of them on some brawly shit, and maybe like Zelda uses her magic to like shoot Link up and do something. But maybe if Link dies, because we still have Toon Link, we can still go back 7 years for Young Link.
Yeah.
And we have Breath of the Wild Link in Ultimatum. So we could potentially have Link dead for a few movies too. So I think Link, as much as it pains me to say,
I'm surprised you saying that.
Yeah, man.
Link could die. Luigi could die.
Jigglypuff could definitely go.
Well, I don't think anybody would care.
No, but see, now, you know, one thing I would say would be dope, but I don't know, just for the simple fact, if we decide to make another Sonic movie, I was going to say, what if half of them die and the only ones left is Tails and Knuckles? So, like, he don't get there in time.
Who?
Sonic.
He doesn't save his world in time.
He doesn't save his world in time.
So Sonic dies?
No. The stage dies, which kills everybody on there except for Tails and Knuckles. You just see Tails with his tail in the space, just floating, and he's holding Knuckles by the hand. He couldn't save anybody else.
Okay, does Smash Bros, does this universe have wishing people back? Or are people dead for good?
I mean, so here's the reason why I would say for good, because we only have, 2 more movies left. And we have a gang of characters that are about to come in, especially with Ultimate, because that's what we eventually want to get to with Ultimate. So some of these characters have to go.
I'm down with
right,
killing off Sonic. I'm actually down with killing off Dr. Mario too, because he doesn't come back.
Yep, Dr. Mario can go.
It looks like Dr. Mario is only in...
Oh, and he can be used as a diversion.
Well, he's in 3 movies, but he comes back later.
Okay, so we can do that. And then one thing that could happen with that is, like, say he's used as a diversion and he puts on Mario's clothes and then he basically sacrifices himself.
Damn.
Let's kill Ice Climbers.
Ice Climbers, yeah. They
kill
haven't
them.
done
Let's just kill him in the beginning.
anything.
Let's just kill him in the beginning when the
You
worlds are
know who we
colliding.
haven't talked about who's been in all the games?
Who?
Kirby.
Captain Kirby.
Where
What
the
is
hell
going
Kirby?
on with Captain
Kirby?
Kirby?
Is a space.
I
type
always
of character.
thought it would be cool for him to make an appearance in a Mario Galaxy movie.
Okay.
Because Kirby's cool, but if he teamed up with somebody, kind of like how Thor became cooler when he was in Guardians of the Galaxy, I could see him doing some like dope stuff with Mario, like going around on the star.
Hey, there, right, Hazel.
Come on, Hazel.
Hazel
over here
even
ruining-
excited about this, man. She heard Kirby and she was like, yeah.
Ain't nobody care about Kirby.
Man, don't be hating on Captain Kirby like that, man. Captain Kirby brought all this together.
I don't know what Kirby's doing during all of this stuff. I feel like Kirby on the star could be giving Taboo some hands though. I feel like he would be dope in that fight.
So I guess the thing would be is because we really hadn't seen Kirby since the first Smash Bros. So it's like, what is he doing now?
Well, I mean, at this point, Dreamland is restored, so maybe he's just like
They're
figuring
helping.
that out. But now Dreamland is in peril again because it's pulled in. So maybe him and King Dedede join forces and fight Taboo together.
Or let's say that one doesn't get pulled in, but they find out what's happening. Because again, I would think after this happening, all of them would find some way to kind of keep in contact with each other. Mm-hmm. So maybe they send out like a beacon to him. Because again, Kirby can travel anywhere.
Yeah.
So that's what leads them in to come and help. Like, we need reinforcements. So he brings D&D and everybody from Dreamland to come assist with the army. And so that's what he could be assisted with, would be the army. And the reason why I say that is because Kirby still has multiple powers. Yeah. And I would like to see that probably like shown through the army rather than hitting like the generals or like Taboo. Because we already kind of saw it in the first one. Okay. But we still get to see the nod of him with the different powers and new powers. But he's killing just like random machines.
Yeah, seeing Kirby fly into the battlefield on the star, boom, big explosion. He takes out the hammer. Boom, he takes out the sword. He inhales somebody, boom, spits him out to someone else. He has one of the powers of, if one of the clones has one of the powers from the original characters, that'd be kind of dope. Yeah, Kirby's in the battlefield, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kirby has to be in the battlefield.
I fucks with that.
Damn, this would be a crazy one. Okay, so people at some point destroy all the army on their stage. Now we have to kill the generals. So maybe
And I picture this all happening all kind of like at one time.
Okay.
So I kind of feel like the army is fighting, and then we have like our general. Like I said, our general's fighting like some of our main characters, like our all-star characters. So it's like you got Bowser, Wolf, Dr. Robotnik, and Ganondorf. So all of that to get to Taboo.
Okay. So what if we have? Okay. What if we have our 3 main guys, or all of our main guys, I guess it's 4 now, defeat the general? So maybe Sonic defeats Robotnik, Link defeats Link and Toon Link defeat Ganondorf, Star Fox defeats Wolf, and Mario and Luigi defeat Bowser. So now everything's gone, dust settles, now it's just Taboo. Huge fight ensues. I guess whoever dies, but then at some point, Mario pulls a star out of the galaxy, hits. Maybe that's first. Maybe the star is the first hit. Then maybe Super Sonic hits him to get the wings off. And then I personally think it would be super, super dope if, on some super poetic stuff, Mr. Game & Watch kills this nigga.
Oh, yeah,
So what if
Mr.
Mr. Game & Watch, who just had something taken out of him to make this army, maybe the army is defeated and something like gives him like some type of life.
It would give him his power back.
Or something.
Bro.
But maybe he expands, because you know how he can shift? Maybe Mr. Game & Watch turns into something that can contain Taboo and sacrifices himself. And maybe Game & Watch dies, and that's how we kill everybody, and then everybody's just like transported back to their own.
So you know what he could do? Game & Watch could throw in. So this would kind of be pulling from Ultimate, but what if he blew himself up and he turned all of subspace into his stage? Remember, with just the black lines and everything like that. But that's what basically gets Taboo when he hits the wings. He falls into that. So now it's just that type of space where they can just whoop his ass.
It's just like you said, it's Game & Watch's level now.
Yeah.
So no longer space, he drops down to Game & Watch's level.
But that's how he's helping, because remember, it always changes at Mr. Game & Watch's level.
Yeah.
So that's how he's assisting them now.
I like the idea of Game & Watch becoming free again, helping the fight, turning into something that tried to contain Taboo.
Right.
Can't kill him. Can't kill Game & Watch can't kill Taboo. Boom, he breaks out of it, but he does something in order to help everyone else.
Yeah.
Right,
like
and then maybe the star happens to kill him. Or something.
Yeah. Or actually, you could do. What if you did both? Super Sonic and Super Mario, and they do a combination attack.
So maybe Super Sonic gets. That's perfect. Sonic and Mario is the shit. So Sonic gets the emeralds. He gets the stars.
Sonic knocks off the wings, and then they come together for the final blow.
Ooh, what if we just changed the whole Mario universe and made him like Super Mario? So he was just like golden and shit like that.
The
So
it's like golden mustache Mario.
And Sonic's blinking like
that's what I'm saying. Like
a
a whole new level of Super. So now we get the biggest fusion of all time in video games. And now Mario has the supersonic features, and Sonic has the rainbow shit.
And Mario's super fast.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that would be so hard.
Now it's just like Super Sonic and Super Mario.
And if you really want to go like super ham with it, and they be like, yo, do you think that would defeat me? Be like, yo, well then watch this. Super Sonic pulls out a mushroom and gets 10 times bigger and just knocks fucking Taboo into the great beyond.
Yeah, man.
This is an example of what could go if they did the crossover like that.
Items, man. Totally not
That's crazy.
items.
Oh my god.
That's crazy.
We got items, man.
Oh man.
So now Taboo's destroyed. All of these worlds are returned. Everything's perfect again. What is the hint that everything ain't alright?
I'm not gonna lie, the one thing we have left out that we didn't mention is Master Hand. And we said we did hint at him coming back.
That's true.
And we never mentioned him in this.
He's one of the generals. He controls the general. So at some point we would have to fight him too.
What do we though? Because what we could do is, depending on who would be the next villain in our phase 3, if it's gonna be him or if it's gonna be somebody else, because it can still again be set there.
Let's see, who's the boss for you?
The Master Hand, man. But with Taboo gone, that would just be something crazy.
Is it both of them at the same time now?
Well, there was already one with both of them at the same time, so I guess Master Hand is still around.
Okay.
But there's also something called the Dark Emperor. Is that this?
That's the one that pulled up a Meta Knight.
Is this the Dark Emperor?
I believe, yeah, that's the shape-shifting one, yeah.
Okay. And again, we didn't establish what would happen to Meta Knight if he's still around. So this actually does sit a little bit better as far as who our next character would be.
Because the two next bosses, like this one, what was his name? Dark Emperor?
Yeah.
Dark Emperor is more of an entity than a physical form thing.
Yeah.
So both
Okay.
it's hella space and mythical. And then the last one, Ultimate, the boss was damn near the devil and God pretty much. It was like dark and evil, like literally the Force. And you had to choose which one you wanted to like battle with at the end.
So I guess this essence of the Dark Emperor, now this would be going into complete movie fiction. What if that's what brought back Master Hand? So when we see him coming back to life, that was really the Dark Emperor.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in other words, two people came up with this plan for Melee and Brawl, which would have been Taboo and Dark Emperor.
Yeah, this is
Dark Emperor.
what's that?
And so what that could be, and what that could have
I guess
been
that's from
was
3DS.
okay. And see what that could do is, especially for the Dark Emperor, all of that fighting was enough energy for him to resurge and come back. So maybe he was also stuck in subspace, but needed that to break out.
Oh no, I was thinking of Master Core. Master Core is what is it? Appears as a mass of black particles known as the Swarm that take on various forms depending on the difficulty level and battle progression. So that's pretty tight.
Okay.
So maybe Taboo is breaking into a million pieces and is.
Or maybe we
Take it
could
back
use
together.
or maybe we could use Master Core in the next phase. Like maybe he could be like a sub villain, not the main villain, but a sub villain. To maybe Dark Emperor or something like that.
Dark Emperor was not as big. That was from 3DS.
Gotcha.
So
okay.
this is actually the big
And
boss.
what's that one more time?
Master Core.
Master Core.
So Master,
He's actually no joke.
He's the guy.
yeah.
He's kind of like
So
a big ass beast, but he can take forms in different. He can be like a person. He can be like a fortress. He can be like a beast.
Okay, so I would say let's make Master Core that next person. So how would we introduce him?
Maybe, I think we introduce him at the end of this Smash Bros. So
Yeah.
this Taboo's destroyed, everybody's returned. Maybe,
What if Game & Watch sacrificed himself and then maybe his leftover pieces became Master Core? Because remember, Game & Watch is black.
Somebody
Yeah.
corrupted him. Something
Maybe-
corrupted him. I like it.
Something like that, yeah. So
I
maybe
like that.
maybe something happens that
Hey, and then another thing too, if we really wanted to go for that, we could have it to where all the items that we have in Smash Bros. At the end start drifting into this black thing and it starts going into it. So you got the Chaos Emeralds, you got Sonic's rings, you got Mario's star, you have like a piece of Zelda's Master Sword now going into this dark ass matter.
Which makes him be able to transform
Yeah.
and stuff like that. I like this.
okay. Well, if that's the case, then like you said, we can pull from different things. What if the Master Core was corrupt? Was basically Game & Watch pieces corrupted by this Dark Emperor?
because honestly, even though Dark Emperor was on the 3DS, it just sounds like a bigger character.
Yeah.
So maybe this Dark Emperor was the one who woke up the Master Hand. Maybe he corrupted the last little pieces of Game & Watch. So now it has the Crazy Hand, and it's cool. Since we didn't use Master Hand and all of that, now he can be Crazy Hand. You know what I mean? So now Master Hand is Crazy Hand, and now we have the Master Core under this Dark Emperor.
Right.
So now maybe that's how this Smash Brothers ends. It ends with Taboo being destroyed, and you see Game & Watch, the pieces being corrupted, and then this Master Core being formed, and then you see the Beast, and then boom.
Now you know what could also happen too? You see the Beast forming, and then inside the, like if this is like the border of the camera, you'll see the Beast forming, and then his hand will lift up, and it's Crazy Hand. So they're connected to each other.
I like that.
I like the power.
Yeah. So they're connected.
And then that's it.
Now. Yeah.
So
sentimentally, I feel sorry for Game & Watching the story, man.
a little bit, but
I do.
here's the crazy thing. I didn't think we would even mention him.
Right? I was so trying to
fact
figure
that
it
we
out.
made him emotionally relevant
Yes.
is crazy.
Yes.
Because I was just like, how the fuck are we going to do?
Yes. On that.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go through it. Smash Brothers ends with the Master Hand waking up, right?
Yes.
Okay, then we go into Zelda, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Legend of Zelda, Twilight Princess, where Sheik helps Peach get to her world. Then the Twilight stuff starts happening. Boom, we do Twilight Princess. And then, did we say that something happened at the end of Twilight?
No, we said we just go straight into Star Fox.
Okay, the next one is Star Fox. That's when he is after Wolf, who he finds out is a general of the Subspace Army with Dr. Robotnik, Bowser, and Ganondorf.
Did we skip Super Mario Brothers?
Mario was 2.
Yeah, Mario
Was it 2?
Mario was 2.
Okay, 2 was Mario.
Starting
it
with
starts
Mario
off
Kart.
with Peach. It starts off with Mario Kart. Bowser comes, takes them straight up Mario 64, but they're using
Taboos.
Subspace Army technology to get through the paintings.
Yep.
And then at the end, Bowser swoops all of them up, goes to space. Mario meets Rosalina. That whole thing starts. Number 3 is Star Fox. Star Fox is after Wolf, finds out about the Subspace Army, and finds out who Taboo is, right? But at the end of it, we see Dr. Robotnik is building the thing. Then we have Sonic the Hedgehog, right?
Yes.
Straightforward, beating up all the machines in Subspace Army, defeats Robotnik, finds out who this Taboo is, finally goes supersonic, breaks into Subspace Army, confronts Taboo, who then brings all these worlds in. Then we have Smash Bros, which is Melee Brawl, which all these things are brought in. We get to see Fire Emblem, Kid Icarus, all of these new things, and then after everybody fights on their own respective lands, they go fight the general. No Master Hand, right?
No Master Hand.
Then they all fight Taboo. They finally weaken him by Game & Watch, right? Game & Watch sacrifices himself, makes the stage, contains him. Mario and Sonic get the Chaos Emerald and the Star, fuse together, destroy them, everybody goes back to normal, and then Game & Watch pieces are floating around, they start to shake, they start to form a mass, and Crazy Hand comes up.
Yes.
Smash Bros.
Alright. So make sure that y'all go check out the full layout video, because of course this was just the blueprint. Make sure you go check out the full one so you can see the entire lineup, explaining a little bit, more detail.
Woo! I
How
wanna
we're
see
getting
it.
to phase 2.
I want to see it right now.
Yes. And then, of course, as always, it's not just with us about this Fantom fiction. We want to hear from y'all, too. Go in the comments, message us, fill in the blanks for us. Tell us what's right about it. Find those holes so we can fix those as well. Like, let us know, hey, man, Link can't breathe in space and fight. Let us know that shit so we can just either clear it up or just tell you fuck off.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We will figure something out.
Yes.
Maybe there's bubbles around each one, or like
the sonic bubbles.
some type of atmosphere. You know what I mean?
Yo, I just picture the bubbles popping and that music play.
Pass out.
4.
Hate
Oh,
that
damn.
Hate
That's
that
really
level.
scary. That's anxiety and
Yes.
It really is.
And I'm not gonna lie, I do have to see one scene in Smash Bros. Where shit is just going on and Sonic is just kind of tapping his foot and he's like,
Oh man, when you
Yeah,
just stop
boy.
playing the
Yeah.
idle animations.
Yes.
Yes, man.
The nods to the video game. have
Oh,
to
that's gonna be so
lit.
many.
Have
So
to be
many.
lit. Wow.
But let us know what you think. As always, I've been Will Farrow,
I am Patrick Cloud.
I'm Cleo Thomas.
and we will catch you next time. Let us know what y'all want to see next that we create.
Yeah.